here from Arizona. I'm currently in Arizona, and the stuff looks decent. It is not heat treated. And I just pulled into my camp spot for the night. So I'm gonna see if I can get some arrowheads out of this. I'll start as soon as people start coming in. Get my tools out in the meantime. All the tools I'm going to be using will be in the product list, products tab, for all the flint knapping materials. Pressure flaker. Let's see. All right. So we got petrified wood. We are currently in Arizona. Petrified wood from Arizona that I got today. This will be in the adventure video. Look at that. Will be in the adventure video coming out soon. So let's see if I could just get some flakes off of this. Perfect. Got a small one for a blow dart and a big one. Look at that material, man. Wow. Arizona has some cool stuff. I'm gonna leave this down here, right there for now. And I think I'll practice on the little flake first, just to see how it is. This one's like kind of really thin, so it's probably gonna break easy, but we'll see. See how it goes. So we'll start on the thin petrified wood first. And I'm just gonna try pressure flaking this a little bit first. I suspect this piece will break like that, but I don't want to waste any of these flakes. I'm gonna keep all of them. I have no idea how fragile this is or anything, so I'm just gonna try my best to keep it together. No, that's breaking a lot. This one's really thin. I should still be able to get a blow dart point out of this if I could keep the rest of it together. Yeah, this is not incredibly hard to flake. Surprisingly, petrified wood is easy to knap. This is not heat treated. Depends on what kind. It's your first question coming in. I don't know, man. I'm sharpening this edge and shaping it. This used to be a tree. That's crazy. You guys are gonna go nuts when you see the adventure video of me with this stuff. There's an entire forest that's petrified. Yep, this is part of the Flint Knapping kit. Very gently taking tiny flakes off, just to try to shape it. So I want to see if I could make a little blow dart arrowhead with this. I would like to hunt something with it. Oh. Alright, so which piece should I make the arrowhead out of? Let's do this one. Petrified wood, blow dart, point. If I happen to miss your question and I do not answer, leave it in a comment and I will answer when the video's over. Because I'm concentrating pretty hard on not breaking these. This flake in particular seems pretty delicate. So I'll just do my best with it. Flake it up. As far as I know, there does not seem to be any flaws in the material. I think I'm going to try to find a different pressure flaker because this one is dull. And I know I have others. This one might do a little better. All right. I've been knapping super tough materials, so my tools are getting dull. There we go. That fixed it. I'm just going to gently press the flakes off and shape it into a little arrowhead. I don't want to press too hard because it seems to be delicate, which is surprising to me. Put some flakes on that side. And for people that just came in, I collected, well, you'll see how I collected this. I collected this in a non-traditional manner. This is not my usual, because there's lots of laws regarding this stuff, and there's only special ways you could get it in Arizona. So I had to do something different than what I usually do to get this. This is petrified wood from Arizona. This stuff is awesome. Look, it still has the bark on it. That's tree bark. Crazy. And I took a little flake off. I'm gonna make a little tiny arrowhead. And then I took a bigger flake off, and I'm gonna try to make a spear point out of this. I do see a weak spot going through the center though. And a hole through it. So we'll see what we could do with that. Let me take a look at the comments real quick. I gotta spin the camera around to do that. So the Flint Knapping kit should be in the product list. And yeah, you can collect it in certain locations. You can't collect it in certain locations. You'll see. You'll see on the main video when I upload the adventure video. Not my norm. Yeah, this stuff flakes really easy. Like super easy. My friend told me to try heat treating it, but I don't think you have to. Yeah, I haven't been over that way yet. I'm just sharpening up this tiny arrowhead. I will definitely put this on a blow dart. Let's see. I don't want to make it too basic, so I'm going to try to change the base a little bit. So I traveled from Vermont, visited states along the way, and collected rock for making arrowheads and spear points, knives, blow darts, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have quite a bit of videos coming soon. I just have to be able to sit still to edit it all. But for now, I figured I would give you guys the live. These are the rocks that I did manage to gather, or find in other ways, like this one. This one took some work to make it okay. So there's a little imperfection right there. Let me try to get rid of it. There we go. That got rid of it. So I'm gonna make a little notch in the base to put on the wood and glue it into place for the blow dart. This is super sharp stuff. Just gotta keep making sure the tip is sharp. Sharp and as straight as you could get it, too. Man, there's a lot of noise at this campsite. I'll be out of here in the morning, traveling somewhere else. So what I'm gonna do is just make an indent in the base, if it allows me to. If I feel like it's gonna break, I'm not gonna do it. So, let's see what we got. It's a little misshaped there. Fix it. I'm using the camera light to see what I'm doing here. There we go. Just want that to be even and look nice. All right. One down. One little tiny petrified wood blow dart point. So, in the adventure video where I get this stuff, I also find information and pictures on Ice Age people using this same rock for their spear points. And I have pictures of it. So I'm gonna put that into the adventure video. Look at that, it fits on my finger. All right, so I'm gonna put this one in my shirt pocket. Don't let me forget I put it there. And then I'm gonna see what happens with this. From the little one, I learned that it's fragile towards the edges. So I think I'm gonna shave the edges off and try to keep the mass of the point in this area. And we'll see what happens. Let me switch around and read the comments real quick. Yep, I sell them. I have an Etsy store. Click the About tab and you should come up with my Etsy store. People used whatever they could find. Yeah, I learned that in Vermont. In Vermont, they definitely used whatever they could find. So I think I'm going to use, this is called an Ishi stick, and this is also in the product description. The tip is a little loose, but it'll still work. This helps if, let me zoom in a little bit. This helps if you're having any kind of neck problem or shoulder problem or wrist problem where you can't pressure flake like I was with the little blow dart. See how brittle that is on the thinner spots? I'm not used to stuff that's brittle, that is that brittle. Let's see what happens. Might explode. Let's see, big long message here. All humans across the entire world mostly use stone tools. If they didn't use stone tools, they used bone. Alright, let's see. Man, it flakes really nice. Like, look at that. See it in my hand? Oop, dropped it. And I have a tarp down to collect all of my flakes so that I could continue making the smaller arrowheads and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the thicker part as the spear point somewhere in here, like in there, because I have a feeling this is gonna crack along this tree ring. We'll see. That cracked. Might help if I put my foot on this bag. Sometimes if you raise your foot, if you can't hold the stick well under your leg, if you put a bag or something under your foot to raise your leg a little higher, you could get a better grip with your leg on the Ishi stick. I might break this piece because it's very brittle. If I break it, I just make what I can with it. Yeah, I am not used to such delicate material. This is crazy. I was not expecting it to be this brittle that I could just tap it. Look at the comments. It took a lot of work to find the stone. Alright. Set this back up. For anybody coming in, I am turning petrified wood into spear points, arrowheads, and blow darts. And on this piece you can see it still has the bark. Petrified tree. I'm used to working very, very tough stone. So with this stuff, I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. If I break it, I'll just make something else. But I'm gonna try my best to keep most of it together. So there is a thick spot in there that I kind of got to get rid of. We'll see how it goes. See that? Every time you do that, you make it thinner. That one went pretty far to right there. And you can see it's getting thinner and thinner as I do that. You can see the tree ring in here. And some of the bark out over here. From what I saw, I looked up some archaeology reports with this stuff. And Paleo-Indians in the Ice Age made Clovis points out of this stuff. And it looked freaking awesome, and it's like way better than I could make. I have no idea how they made it. Let me read the comments again real quick. Future weapons like lasers and ray guns. It's a good question. Do you think you could get your hands on a ray gun right now? Plus, this is fun. Do you have obsidian arrows? Yes. I also picked up obsidian in Arizona today. And that will be in the main video when I edit it and get it uploaded. See the flake scars on here? This is like some of the best material I've ever made spear points from. It's just brittle. So it said this was a tree in the Triassic period, and by the time T-Rexes were around, this was already in the state it is now. Stone. It fell down into a river, got covered with sand, and then quartz particles flowing in replaced everything with stone. It's just freaking awesome. So I don't know how I'm gonna make flakes on both sides because of how brittle this is, and I'm not used to this kind of stuff. It's almost like working a slab of flint, kind of. A little bit different. And take my time with it. Yeah, I learned a lot today, specifically about this stuff. So I'm kind of mind blown. You can see what I'm doing here. I took this flake off of the tree and I'm making it into a spear point. Took it right off of there. You can see the bark here. So let me see about pressure flaking it by hand to see if it's as brittle as the little spear point was. For anybody that missed that, I already made one little tiny test arrowhead out of the petrified wood. And I am going to go hunting with these things very soon. And it's a surprise of what I'm going to be hunting. That pressure flake's like glass. It's literally just like glass. All right. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get flakes across the whole piece. Maybe I can. It's just peeling off really easy. Let's see. And stuff with the red seems to flake erratically compared to the gray. Yep, I'm near a highway. It's a little bit far off. I don't know why the heck it's so loud. I feel like I'm having to scream over it. Let me read the comments again. It's upside down. I find it easier to record upside down so I could see what I'm doing. I've already hunted a rabbit on my channel. You could look that up. Go to my channel, type in rabbit hunt. It should pop right up. So I know with glassy stuff that you don't want to press too hard towards the middle, like in here, or it could snap it right there. So I'm just kind of really taking my time with this. Man, that is loud as heck, but oh well. Yeah, I am not familiar with knapping delicate material. It's not going terrible so far. Just nervous to try to push flakes far because I'm afraid I'm going to snap it. I don't want to snap it. If I do, though, I just make a smaller spear point. See how I'm sharpening and shaping the edge there? Let's see. Let's flip this around again, got more comments. Yes, I eat what I hunt. Most hunters do. Okay, cool. I didn't know how loud it was. I could see trucks in the distance, but like it's not right next to me. See, that's looking pretty good. Been getting lots of cuts and stuff from this. Comment. What are you doing? Okay. If I miss a comment and you have a question and I don't answer it, leave it as a comment on the video and I'll answer it after the live is over. This is copper, yes. I do have antler with me, but I am not as practiced in using antler as I am in copper. So I'm using copper on this stuff because rare stone, I don't want to mess it up. Man, this is crazy. I can't stop thinking about that. This used to be a tree. Freaking weird. Just gonna keep shaping it. Shaping it into the spear point shape. And then I'll see what I could do about the flakes. I got this whole edge done. Yeah, I didn't know either until today. I was on my big road trip here, and I'm going live as I find material that you could do this with. And just learned today that this is super easy to do this with. What material have you tried so far? I've mostly focused on flint from the Northeast, like in New York. Ohio flint. It's way tougher than this. When I say tougher, I mean like it's hard to shape. This is just like glass. I gotta get these flakes to run across this flat surface here. And I'm gonna have a problem doing that because of how thin this is. Usually I use my indirect tool. I'll put it under my leg. And I could do it in the thicker spot right here. But I feel like if I do it on a thin spot that it might break. And when I do that, I could make the flakes go far. See how it went to almost halfway? And then it thins it in that area. So if I could do that on this side, it would be okay. It would be good. That one went pretty far as well. But then you don't want it to be too thin. Let me see if I could get some flakes to go on that side. Usually I have a problem with that on such a thin piece. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this with the pressure flaker. I'm too sketched out. Let's switch back to the little hand flaker. And we're gonna try to run flakes this way. It might make it smaller, but if we could keep it the same length, that would be wonderful. I would be very, very happy with that. I'll just try my best. New material I'm learning on here. It's definitely acting different than my normal stuff. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Dig out my abrader. See, that is sharp. You see that? Careful. Let's say I have an abrader in here somewhere. There it is. Yep, I'm using it's just a copper nail. You grind the edges, it makes it easier to get it to do what you want it to do. Sometimes, not all of the time. I kind of am not the best at pressure flaking because I have a neck injury. it often is very difficult for me to do this. Can't run those flakes. I can on that side. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, happy Halloween. Cut myself. This stuff is extremely sharp. This side's looking pretty good. The other side, not so much. All right. If it breaks, it breaks. Set this up so you can see. Get my foot right. There we go. That was a good flake. I lost the middle piece, but look at that. Nice. See, that's where you need to get them to, about halfway, in order to cover the whole piece from both sides. And really, I can only do that with this method because of my neck. So really, I just do my best with it. And this is petrified wood from Arizona. I have no idea how I'm going to get the flakes to run across that. All right, try again. Don't breathe that dust in. Get very sick from doing that. All right, so the tip might break off and it might become smaller. That is okay. I have a little bit of this stuff to practice on. This is working. It's not quite going halfway. It's going far enough though that I'm happy with that. Let me read the comments real quick, switch it around. Have I worked with agate? Yes, I have. Watch me waste a finite item. Finite only for me. Have you ever tried to nap like a bird point from a peppermint or something? No, but I napped a little tiny bird point from this. Right there. Yeah, surprisingly, it's working pretty easy too. Aim the camera a little better. Alright, see how there's a slight curve to it because of this bump? You gotta get that out as well. That one went almost halfway, so that's good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. See that edge? I often have trouble getting the center done. Especially on delicate material, I'm afraid to hit it. Alright, switch back to pressure flaking. Just keep switching back and forth. What did I do with it? There it is. Nope, that's the billet. Don't lose your tools. Okay. Brandon, I sell them on Etsy. If you go to my About section, you could order one. Let me zoom out a little bit. Pressing a little harder to try to get those flakes to go just a little bit further. That's looking okay. I could deal with that. I'm going to be using this, so it's not extremely important that it looks perfect. Just need it to be sharp, the right shape. You do want it to look nice, though. Just because. No logical reason that I could think of. Especially if you're using the stuff and it's likely to break if you hit an animal in the bone. So I think in order to get rid of the center line here, I would have to grind it a bunch and lose some width, which I could deal with. So see what happens. All right, I'm gonna try from the tip down. It's going a little bit further. Oh, broke the tip off. Wonder if I use the indirect now, if it would work better. Let's see, I saw something about meat eater. Yes, I did watch that. They test its own tools by skinning a bison. Okay, so check this out. Go to Hunt Primitive on YouTube. Hunt Primitive, type this in, Hunt Primitive Bison, and go and watch that video. RG Outdoors, check the creeks. Make sure it's legal. I will be using this somewhere nearby. All right, I'm going to switch back to this. All my tools are in the product lists. Even my very well used ones. All right. Put my foot up on this. And zoom in here. Sketchy. See how I'm getting rid of it here? And now it's smooth here, but not there. You need that to go all the way to the middle. So we're gonna try to do that. Let me aim this right. There we go. Still not going all the way to the middle. That one did. There we go. That one went far. Look at that. Some little hang-ups in there. I gotta keep switching the thing around to read the comments here. Order some online. I have some set up in the product list if you click products. There's some good beginner rock in there. All right, I'm gonna grind this some more. This has taken me longer than normal to make this because I'm trying to do it as best I can and not break it. This rock here came from here. Petrified wood, still has the bark on it. I had to get this in a different way than I normally do for Arizona. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna go too much more crazy on the trying to run the flakes far. They are going pretty far. Trying to be careful. And that's what happens. All right, so which piece do I want to be the spear point then? This is gonna be more like an arrowhead. They're both about arrowhead size, so that's what we're gonna do. So this will be easier then. And this is what happens when I break rock. I do need arrowheads as well as spear points, but I also need a knife blade. So I'll show you how to make a quick arrowhead out of a broke. And then I have to turn off the live stream because I'm getting hungry. It'll still make an excellent arrowhead. And this should not break again. That was disappointing. It's all right, I have more. And in the adventure video, I'm gonna be featuring more of this stuff, for sure. Man, that's pretty. So I'm gonna make a little smaller. If you look at Blackwater Draw in Texas, right? In Texas, no, in New Mexico. What am I thinking? Blackwater Draw in New Mexico, there were paleo points about this big. So still technically spear points, just not huge spear points. This is one of the reasons I was always hesitant to go live napping, because things often break. No matter how good you are or how long you've been doing it, it's kind of just random if it breaks, but I definitely made a mistake there. I just don't know what exactly I did wrong. I would like if I knew, so that I can learn to not do it again. I'm trying to make the base even. But if stuff breaks on you, something I want to say that I've not said often enough on my channel, if you're working on something and it breaks, just make something smaller. It's still going to be awesome. Use the broken stuff to make yourself arrowheads or blow dart points. And as you use the stuff, you get better and better at using that particular stuff you're messing around with. I am going to put this on an arrow, for sure. I'm going to make a replica of what I saw from the Blackwater Draw site in New Mexico. It was about this size. It was not insanely fluted. And what fluted means is a channel flake running from the base to the tip. What I saw was something very similar to what it is right now. But I'll show you. Very gently on this piece because it's brittle as heck. This is petrified wood from Arizona. Flakes really easy. So the point I saw just had a tiny channel flake. What I'm gonna do, definitely putting this on an arrow. Just wish I could flake all the way across without breaking it. It's just too brittle, and I'm not used to brittle. Doesn't mean brittle is bad, it means I'm not used to brittle. Cool, where'd you post it so I could check it out? I'm gonna try one thing before I log off here, just out of curiosity's sake. the way I put flutes in is with the indirect stick, and I just want to see how this stuff holds up. And if it breaks, it breaks. If it breaks, I'll go live again at another time and try again. But I don't think it's gonna break. But it might, but I don't think it's going to. There we go. Right up the middle. Do you see what happened there? Straight up, almost to the tip. So then I'll try that on the opposite side. And we'll see how it goes on the other side as well. This is just for curiosity. The point I'm talking about didn't have any kind of crazy fluting on it. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, very, very tiny. Try one more right next to it. Didn't go up as far as I would like. Right to there. Sometimes you could pick those out with your fingernail. But I'm gonna sharpen that up, put it on an arrow, and call it a night. Take a few more flakes here. Yeah, the indirect works good with this stuff. All right, that's it for me. Little hunting point, little tiny flutes. That's it. If I didn't answer your question, leave a comment, and I'll answer it as soon as I pack up and head inside. That's pretty cool, man. Bark and all. Let me read the comments real quick. How many cuts today? Just one. Where did it go? Just one. Right there. I'm annoyed I broke it, but at least I have a point to put on an arrow. I'm gonna take a picture of when it's on the arrow, and I'll be posting it in my, there's a posts section for YouTube where I could do like community posts. So I'll post it there, finished up, and then I'm gonna put it in the Arizona adventure video. So hit thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and all that fun stuff. See you guys later. See ya.